have the knowledge to understand beforehand to go take a taxi, this could be detrimental. Who knows what Goodell's going to do? He's a huge part to this offense. And a simple little DUI at Gwinnett County is the reason why. It's the reason why. You couldn't go with the team bus. Drunk? I mean, or not drunk, but it just, what are you doing? First of all, what are you doing driving that time of the day? I don't care if you put water in your system. What are you doing driving by yourself on that day? Early Tuesday morning, which means in the wee hours of 1 a.m. What are you doing? Go with the team bus. Go with a taxi. I think Michael Turner has enough money to get a taxi. Or else he may be doing some other things that we don't know. If he doesn't have enough money to go get a taxi for a 30-minute drive or something like that. I don't know where his house is, but maybe it's like 30 minutes or something. I have no clue from the stadium. But if you don't have enough money to get a taxi and you're an NFL player and you're a premier NFL player and Michael Turner, then we've got some problems. But I think Michael Turner has enough money to go get a taxi. And it just shows that it's NFL players not paying attention, not focusing, not caring. Some NFL players do this. Some, I don't know why they do this. Some actually care and they think, well, not care. I mean, all players care, I believe. But they have the awareness to understand what the situation is we just got a call right now. Let's take this call from San Mateo. From San Mateo. Who is this?
Hello, this is Jason Garrison of San Mateo, California.
I think I may know who this is, and okay, alright. What do you have to say on the show?
I've heard your rant about Michael Turner just not doing the right decision in tossing the team, especially with him getting a DUI for his arrest early Tuesday morning. And I think that this is dead for the Falcons, especially as he's been working so hard and done so much for this team in the last 3 years. And it really led this team. It was the combination of him and Matt Ryan. This is detrimental, but you're thinking it as it's going to hurt the team. I think I have to disagree with you because a lot of guys in the NFL get arrested for field because with like DUI with what happened to Turner or the Chad and what he did was to his wife before he got released. So I have to disagree with you. I don't think it's detrimental. Chad Ochocinco get released. Nothing changed in the Dolphins locker room as I was watching Hard Knocks when it was airing. So I don't think it's detrimental at all. So disagree with you, Cameron.
Okay, but by the way, love the accent, but I have to say, well, I think what I'm trying to, maybe this wasn't clear, but I'm trying to say that the production, I'm saying offensively, that they're not going to be as good with the absence of Turner. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he has a very good stance, but he hasn't really done. He hasn't to the season with 28 carries and 70 yards. But you know,
all right, we just lost that caller. Not sure who it was. Well, actually I do, but I'm not gonna say. But, okay, we got to move all along quickly here. I'm going to take a quick little break, okay? When we come back, I'm going to talk about... Actually, we're not going to have enough time for the NFL division. I'm going to talk about the NFL refs. I was talking it with Nick Rice. Now I'm going to give my complete full thoughts on this. Stay tuned. We have just received new developments from... Well, before that, let's take a quick call. Yes, hello, who is this?
Hi, this is Nagin from Southern California.
Okay, what is your question today?
I was just wondering what your thoughts were on the, well, people call it corruption, but I think it's almost, well, you consider it corruption. The corruption within the officiating of the NFL. I just wanted to get your opinion on that, your take on it.
Actually, I was going to read an article right now about that USA Today just reported, and actually, there is some development where actually R.J. Bell of pregame.com, NFL handicapper, we have a call on the line soon, he says that officiating on a game-by-game basis, as the referee lockout continues, replacements have more incentive to throw a game for cash. Now, I'm not going to come out here on the record and saying they are, and I'm going to explain all this soon. But I want to get to a call really quickly, alright? Is that fine with you?
Yeah, thank you for starting the conversation.
Alright. Bye. Okay, we have one more caller. We have to get to this really quickly, and then we're going. But that caller can call right now. I couldn't accept the call right now, but getting back to my point, just really quickly, Robert Klemko of USA Today Sports says, with replacement refs, NFL is ripe for corruption. R.J. Bell also said, $100,000 to fix a game is a lot of money to the regular officials. But if you compare that to their potential career earnings, it's a very small amount of money, says Bell. With the replacement, says Bell, with the replacements, even $20,000 to fix a game is more than they stand to make from the NFL in their entire lives. So, this is also what he said. There really is an economic model here that not only makes it possible, but very likely that someone will be corrupted. Dr. Leah Noer, director of the Center for Gambling Studies at Rutgers University, says that's a fair assessment. Also, Noer says you take into account what you have to lose versus what the payout would be. You're most likely to do it when you don't have your livelihood wrapped up in it. On the other hand, you might say it's in some of the best interest to do a great job and walk the straight and narrow, so they might get one of these regular jobs. Okay, we also have a quote from Dr. Timothy Fong, who's the co-director of the Gambling Studies program at UCLA, who interviewed former NBA referee Tim Donaghy in the wake of his corruption scandal. He says, that tells me they weren't really screened out, these guys weren't vetted. Okay, that was about another issue. Here's what he had to say. I'd be fascinated to find out just how much time the NFL took to find out if these guys are at risk to be approached by organized crime. Also, before we get to that, let's take this call. Yes, the same number is back, not Nagin, but from the San Mateo area, the 650. What do you have to say?
Hey Cameron, I'm sorry I lost connection on my phone, so that's why I'm calling back. We were talking about Michael Turner, and he hasn't really gone off to a great start to start the season, and that'll happen, but still he's pretty big offensive wise. Every good team needs to have an all-around good offense, like a good quarterback, which the Falcons have, in Matt Ryan, a running back like Michael Turner, and then some wide receivers like Rodney White, and then Julio Jones, who's, in my opinion, one of the best wide receivers and most underrated wide receivers in the NFC. So it's going to be bad for the Falcons, who are my favorite team, along with the Braves, who are going to try and make a push to the playoffs, even though they could possibly get the NL East. But hopefully the Michael Turner thing is not going to be bad. If it is, then it's going to be his fault and his fault only, Cameron.
All right, just curious. I want to ask you, and I'll put you on the spot. Are you an SEC homer?
I do follow the SEC.
Okay. All right, thank you. Even though from the 650, loves all SEC, all South stuff. Thank you.
Long time Alabama. I'm not really a Georgia fan, They don't really do really well, especially after Matthew Stafford left and as a senior, obviously went to the draft. They haven't been doing that well. Georgia Tech, I just don't like the type of offense they run. They run like a triple option. It's just not my cup of tea. I don't want to follow a team that does like crazy, rare offensive schemes that looks ridiculous. So I'm an Alabama fan. Been a Bama fan for a long time, and if you want to talk about Bama right now, or what Alabama faces in the future this season, we can talk about that.
Unfortunately, I can't because we're running to the course of the show, but I love the accent, love the 650 area, and thank you for calling.
All right, Cameron, I'll call you back and we can talk about this maybe during another time.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Cameron. Have a good day.
You too. Okay, we got a caller from the 650, but which is San Mateo area. But let me get to this. We're running near the course of the end of the show, but we kind of have to go a little bit extra here. I have to explain this really quickly, and I'll give my thoughts about this. Fong said, so basically, there's some issues where people, it says that the NFL, they're trying to, the directors of the Gambling Studios program, they are trying to find ways where, or that there have been some other people who are trying to think that there might be some corruption in regard to the NFL. It's extreme, but let's see the reasoning, okay? Fong says the first evidence of corruption would be felt in Las Vegas in discrepancies in betting patterns. Such patterns haven't been seen by the experts in the first 2 weeks, but some fear the general lack of confidence in the replacement officials will affect better confidence in the lockout if the lockout doesn't soon end. It does concern me a little bit going forward, says Mike Colbert, sportsbook director at Canner Gaming, who originally held out hope the replacements would get the job done. No one wants to lose money on a bad call. It's just too... Okay, they're talking about the business of gambling. In most cases, yet Bell, yada yada yada. I'm looking at this, seeing others have seen, Colbert and others have noticed patterns in games which suggest incompetence rather than corruption. Home teams are having near unprecedented success in the season's first 2 weeks. In any sport, Bell says, in any sport, Vegas believes the less experienced official is going to be influenced by a home crowd. That's pretty normal, pretty obvious, kind of. Lawrence points out that the scoring goes up every year with the changing nature of the sport, but Bell says the highest scoring 2-week kickoff to any NFL season is a result of the officiating. Okay, there's been a lot of passing. Okay.